Um, I wanted to make a video real quick about something that was said today that really got my attention, and I don't think it was an accident that it got my attention. Um, what was said was um, the time when Jesus was a boy, and a good, perfect boy. God bless him, being so perfect. Enough about that. But it's about when his parents lost him, and they found him in the temple. Uh, I think he was teaching people stuff for God in the temple, and he said, "I'm about my Father's business," something like that. You know the line. I'm about my Father's business. That stuck out to me because God knows full well the thing I went to when I heard that I was about the Father's business. I didn't want to go to this thing. God knows um, I'd rather do something else than what I did today. I'd rather have done something else. I was there for the Father's business. I was. But here's the difference. The big difference between me and Jesus, Kakarot. When he was about the Father's business, I sensed that he believed in God and trusted in God fully. God knows I'm not the same way. That's the huge difference. I'm about the Father's business like Jesus is, but I don't believe in God like Jesus does, or did back then, or have the full trust in God like Jesus does, or did back then. I don't. That's the craziest part about this. I'm doing things I don't want to do for the Father's business. I am. I'm like trusting He knows what's best for me, basically. Better than, wasting away watching Dragon Ball Z. It's true. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Z than help God. I would. That's how low I thought of God most of my life. I'd rather watch an anime than help God at all. No joke, I would. And He knows it. He's like, I promise things will get better if you just do as I direct you. I'm like, all right. All right. I'll roll with it. So far, it hasn't been better than Dragon Ball Z. It hasn't been. It's been boring stuff, which I knew it would be. No offense, God. Your road is boring as hell. At least so far. It's been boring. Like, give me something exciting to do, like a battle axe something. Make me do a battle axe something. This is boring. Like, this is the plan you had for me? Even watching Dragon Ball Z is better than this. I hope he hears me. But anyway. But yeah, that's what I was saying to myself. I'm trying to walk this road, this plan that God has for me. I don't even have full faith in God. I don't even fully believe in God. I don't even fully believe God is good fully. I'm walking it anyways. That's how crazy this is. That's how crazy this is. I was definitely about the Father's business today. Not even know what angle or why I was there. But I was there for some reason. I was. I heard a lot of cool key things, I guess. Cool things. I don't know. He wanted me there for some reason. Even though I did not want to go to this at all. I was about the Father's business. I was. But instead of being gung-ho like Yahweh, like Kakarot was back in the day, I'm about my Father's business. like a good little perfect boy. I'm different. Much different. I'm not like Kakarot, that's for damn sure. I don't believe in God and trust in God like he did. That's for damn sure. I'm doing the Father's business. I don't even believe in God fully. I don't. I don't even trust in God fully. And he knows it. In some ways, I even feel like I'm more honorable than God. And I do. I'm like, I'd probably fulfill my promise by now if I was God to myself. No joke, you know. But yeah, I was about my Father's business today. I was. And he knew I did not want to be there. Nope. Yep, rather be a recluse. Away from people. Yep. But he's forcing me out of my shell. He is. He's bringing me to the forefront. He is. He's making me more noticed. For sure. And something that I predicted, he will reveal. He will do the revealing of who I am. I don't have to do it. God will do that for me. So, thank God. Thank God. So, all the revealing of who I am, God will do himself. I feel like I got a yes to that. He will do all the revealing of who I am for me. Only God knows how crazy this is going to get. But I have this feeling, I do. This is going to get so crazy. It is. Because most people, and God knows this as well, they don't really think Jesus is legit, as I do. Like when they realize Jesus is really legit and he's coming, the guy that flipped up the money changer tables, people are going to run to the hills. All the corrupt people of the planet are going to run to the hills. They are, like it says in Revelations. They're going to run to the hills and try to hide from Jesus. They will. I promise. All the corrupt men of the world are going to run to the damn hills and say, "Fuck, rocks, fall on me, please. Please hide me from Jesus." They will. That part in Revelations I read last night. I predicted that would happen before I read that. The whole planet of men, this whole corrupt planet, when they realize the legit Jesus is going to come, they're going to run to the hills. They are. Like that Iron Maiden song, "Run to the hills, run for your lives." That's going to happen. I might listen to that song again. I like that heavy metal song, even though it's not from God. Oh well. God's still utilizing me. I like heavy metal my whole life. A kid with a Metallica shirt at the Christian church. He was wearing a Metallica shirt and Justice for All. I love that CD. It's a badass CD by Metallica. It is. It's better than any religion combined, that one CD. You learn more about life. But anyways, I'm like, that's a badass shirt. I'm like, that was my favorite CD by Metallica. He's like, yep, it's a good one. So there's some badass Christians, wearing Metallica shirts. There's some badass Christians. Like I said, I'm not your run of the mill Christian. I'm not. Someone that listens to heavy metal most of his life, God has brought in. No joke. Someone that has never believed in God fully his whole life. Never believed in God fully his whole life. God brought in for help, for something. Never fully believed in God his whole life. Never trusted God most of his life. God has made that person me about his business. No joke. Because even I know, and God knows as well, he can't trust the men on this planet. I don't care what they say about, I'm a follower of Jesus. He can't. When it really comes down to the nitty gritty, he can't. That's why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm here. No joke. nonsense. But that's what I thought about. I'm thinking about it still. I am about the Father's business. I am. I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not at all. And God knows it. I'm not doing what I want to do at all. I'm not doing what I want to do at all. I feel kind of ripped off on this road, if I'm honest. I'm like, I should have a kid named Timmy already. I feel ripped off already, God. I feel ripped off. But I'm doing your business anyways. I don't care. Because I'm going to be better than Jesus. That's why. No joke. But it's true. I'm not really about the business of Jesus, right? I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm about the Father's business right now. I do. No joke. I do. Straight to the Father, to me. The Father's business. Not Jesus. Not Jesus' business. The Father's business. I'm doing the Father's business. I feel like. No joke. It's crazy that God would utilize a guy that's crazy as me. He would. He would. No joke. A man that thinks he went through more than Jesus in his life, he brought in. Confidently thought he went through more than Jesus, hands down. That's who God brought in. That's how crazy this is. Anytime they mention Jesus, I'm like, I've been through more than him still. I've been through more. If I didn't, he would have healed me by now. No joke. He would have healed me by now. He would have fulfilled promises as well if he was better than me. But anyways, another thing that hit me today, strongly, God isn't going to kill me. I don't think so. Like I have hoped. Like I've hoped. He's not going to kill me. He's going to make me walk this road. Whatever this crazy road is, he's going to make me walk it. Because I'm curious about it. I am. I'm curious about this plan God has that no one else knows. I'm curious about it like you would not believe. That no one on the ground can stop. No one can stop the plan God has for me, apparently. No one. Not even me. That's how strategic this is. That's how good God is. He's revealed my plan to no one, really. Except for that pastor. I feel like he revealed something. Some part of my plan to that pastor that made him in shock. He revealed part of my plan to that pastor. I know he did. I don't know exactly what he revealed to the pastor. I don't know. But it was something. It was something for sure. Hopefully he saw me with a beautiful wife and a kid, Timmy. Hopefully. Otherwise, I'm checking off the planet if that ain't gonna happen. God knows. But I did see someone I was attracted to, interested in the other day. So maybe that was no accident. Nothing's by accident. God put a very attractive female in front of me the other day. He did. Very attractive. No joke. I gotta clean up my act. I gotta clean up my act. You know, I gotta take this seriously. If I'm gonna attract the women, I gotta clean up my act. I gotta take God more seriously. No joke. I gotta clean up my act. But I was about my Father's business, so I didn't have time to clean up my act. I was about the Father's business. I was. And a Christian is dead certain. This hardcore Christian that always comes up to me. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Paul. He's like, God has a plan for you. I am certain of it. I'm like, yes, he does. But I want to know what that plan is ahead of time. So I think it's a good plan for me. No joke. Because I'm like, so far, God's plan for me so far is kind of boring. It sucks. No offense, God. It's kind of boring. I haven't done the most badass battle axe moves that I want to. I haven't done that yet. that's what's crazy about this. The difference between me and Jesus is huge. I think in a lot of areas. There's the difference between Jesus' relationship with God the Father and my relationship with God the Father is a huge gap. Huge. Almost to the point, I thought about this. I had more faith in men throughout my life. I had more faith in men than God himself. That's how little I thought of God. More faith in men, even more faith in myself than God. That's how little I thought of God. But Jesus was the other way around. It was. That's why this is interesting. It's the anti-hero that barely believes in God. Barely going off the God cannot lie thing. That's what he's going off of to keep going. That's how I barely believe in God. Barely. It's not a joke. I'm not joking. He's proven a lot, but I still barely believe him. You can do a lot for somebody and still let them down. You can't. You can still betray him. And God knows that. God could still betray me after all he's done for me. He could. No problem. He could. So, like I said, I don't fully see God as a fully good person, good being. Not yet. I don't. I still think there's a side of him that he could betray me. I still think so. I do. Being honest. Yeah. Because that's what I made in my last video. People are saying God is good around me. And I asked myself honestly, do I fully believe God is fully good? Like fully. All the way around good. Like beyond good. No, I don't. I don't. That's why this is nuts. It is. I still believe God will leave me hanging. Homeless. I do. I do. I'm taking a big risk with God. I am. I'm taking a big risk with God. He could leave me homeless so fast it's not even funny. He could. No. But I'm trying to do the Father's business before I'm homeless. Before I am. I'm trying to do as much of the Father's business before I'm homeless. As much as the purpose or plan before I'm homeless. No joke. That's a true statement. That's how little I have faith in God. It is. I'm trying to do this purpose really fast. That's how little faith I have in God. Right there. When Jesus said, I'm about the Father's business, he had full confidence, full faith in God. When he was doing the Father's business, he's about the Father's business. I'm not the same way. That's why it's interesting. It's a total opposite. I even have less faith in God than the people around me at the Christian church. I have less faith in God. I do. God's done a lot for me, but I still have less faith and trust in him than the people at that church. I do. No joke. It's a true statement. Otherwise, I'd be more confident. No joke. I still think God could easily abandon and betray me. He could. I still have that in my head. No joke. Jesus didn't think that until he said, oh, why have you forsaken me? Until that point. That's when he said that. Yeah, that's when God abandoned him. But anyways, that's why I wanted to make this video. Because it's in my mind. If it's in my mind, I want to talk about it. Out loud somewhere. And this is what it is. I'm about my Father's business. I am, but not like Jesus was. A different mindset, a different attitude entirely. Entirely. Two different ends of the spectrum, both doing the Father's business, but two different attitudes, two different sides of the spectrum. That's what's crazy. I don't have faith, or like I said, I don't have full faith, full belief in God, or full trust in God like Jesus did, or still does. I don't. But I'm doing this anyways. That's what's crazy about this. No joke. No joke. Because it's better than anything else I've got going on. God assures me it'll be better than Dragon Ball Z. He assures me it'll be better than Dragon Ball Z in the end. He assures me. All right, I'll do it. He assures me it'll be more exciting than Dragon Ball Z. It'll be Dragon Ball Z in real life. All right. Sometimes I have felt that way. No joke. But anyway, enough about that. But yeah, two totally different attitudes between me and Jesus. Totally different attitudes. Totally different. Still doing the Father's business, but two totally different attitudes towards it. Totally different. Complete opposite ends of the spectrum, but two people trying to do the Father's business. Two different ends of the spectrum type of people about the relationship with God. God knows I do not believe in God like Jesus does. I don't. Not even close. Not even close. I don't. I admit it. I don't. And I know he knows that. I know he hears me as well. No joke. That's all I want to say about this video. I'm about my Father's business, but I ain't Jesus. I ain't Jesus. That's for damn sure. I ain't Jesus. I ain't your Jesus, people. I ain't your Jesus. That's for damn sure. If anything, I'm the reckoning. I'm the reckoning before Jesus. For Jesus, I'm the reckoning. No joke. Because a lot of people on the planet are like, yeah, Jesus ain't coming. But then they'll realize he is coming. And he is legit. They're going to be scared to shit. They will be. That's what I predict. But only God knows exactly what's going to happen. But somehow he's brought me into the mix. You know what I mean? I'm not even in the Bible. But somehow he's brought this into the mix. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. God left out a lot of future predictions in the Bible. That's what I've realized just now. He didn't say everything in Revelations about the future. Nope. He did not say everything that would happen. No joke. No joking around. He left shit out of the Bible about what would take place. Intentionally. That's how strategic God is. He left truth out of the Bible. He left future predictions of what would happen out of the Bible. Of what would take place before Revelations. He left that out. The build-up before Revelations. He left it out on purpose. I feel like. That way, no one can stop it. No one can stop what's going to happen. No one can. Not even me. That's how good God is. Even Jesus is left in the dark on some stuff. Like he doesn't know when he'll come. It says in the Bible, Jesus doesn't know when he's coming. Even Jesus is left out of the dark of what God knows, of what's going to take place. That's how strategic God is. Even Jesus is left in the dark on some things. That's how strategic God is. Someone as reliable and righteous in every way as Jesus is left in the dark on this. On some stuff. No joke. No joke. As I predicted, there is a separation in a way between the Father and Jesus. There is a separation of some kind. And one of those things is when Jesus will come again. Even Jesus doesn't know, according to the Bible. Only the Father knows. And that's a major difference between the Father and Jesus right there. No joke. But I do feel like I'm doing the Father's business, not Jesus's business. I feel like I've been doing the Father's business today. I feel like that. No joke. Because Jesus' business is the Father's business. So it's the Father's business at the end of it. When all's said and done, it's the Father's business. No joke. But God's very smart, very strategic. So he didn't make a mistake. And sending a guy like me, he didn't make a mistake. He didn't. No joke. I thought, even today, I thought it was a mistake for me to be born. Even today, I said that. My whole life was just a waste. Just dust and air, as the Gladiator says. It was just a waste. But God thinks differently. No joke. He thinks differently. He didn't make a mistake, even though it appears with all the evidence of my life that it was an absolute mistake for me to be born. Absolute mistake to be born for God. For God. Yeah, when I said send me, I didn't think God would just watch me get abused to the ground. I didn't think so. But he did. No joke. So I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't. Not at all. The insane warfare I was born into is extreme, right? It was extreme. It's still tough. Even with the help of Jesus, it's tough as hell. It is. God knows it as well. It's tough. I don't know how things are going to work out. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know. God's going to have to pull off some crazy shit for things to work out for me. Some crazy shit. I've been trying to do everything that I can on my end. God still has to do some crazy shit for things to work out. He still does. I'm like, holy hell. Even with my best effort, God still has to do crazy things for things to work out. He does. Rearrange, mass, time, space. God has to do crazy things for this to keep going. He does. Oh, yeah. He's been good. He's been good so far, though. But anyways, that's all I'll say for this video. I think I said enough. I'm bored. I'm bored of doing the Father's business. It's boring. That's what I've learned again. Doing the Father's business is boring as hell. No offense, Yahweh. You did something exciting, Jesus. Suffering for humanity is exciting stuff. To me, at least, it's exciting. I'm doing nothing like that. Nothing. So far, Dragon Ball Z is still more exciting than anything I've done for God so far. Dragon Ball Z is still king. As far as exciting, that's pretty bad, God. That's pretty bad. But that's how it was when I was a boy as well. Anything God was doing in religion or whatever, Dragon Ball Z was still more exciting. Still made more sense than God himself. No. I'm a bored gladiator down here. But I have a feeling God's going to spice things up. He is. He will. He'll spice things up. He will. Especially when he starts revealing who I am to people. That's when it's going to get really nuts. No joke. But as I've affirmed and learned, the revealing of me will be his call. He'll do it strategically. He will. Even when I told YouTube, you guys, who I am, that was strategic by God at that time. It was. 100%. So, I revealed myself way later than when God revealed me at the beginning, at first. God revealed who I am first to a human. But I revealed myself on YouTube way later than that time. Get what I mean? So God waited for way later time for me to reveal myself to YouTube people that watch YouTube. Way later time than when he first revealed who I am for the first time. For the very first time, God revealed who I am. I revealed myself to YouTube way later. Way later. But that was because God wanted me to. Felt like it, so no joke. It's very strategic. When I revealed who I was, it was strategic by God. That was the time. That was the time to reveal to people on YouTube who I am. Whoever watched that video, that was the time. Apparently. So it's about timing. It is. God's about timing, and that was the right time to do it at that time. So, but I have a feeling He's going to reveal who I am more so to people around me in real life. He'll reveal who I am, who I'm talking to in real time. He will. Like I think He did to that pastor. He'll do that. He'll do that to more people around me that know who I am already. He'll reveal who I am eventually. I got a yes to that just now. He'll reveal who I am eventually to a lot of people. He will. No joke. And only God knows how that's going to go when He chooses to do that. But I'm putting it in His hands to do that. When He feels it's time and it's ready to do that. So far, I feel like I got ripped off on this plane. I did. I'm like, I should have a kid Timmy by now. I feel ripped off by God. I admit it. I feel ripped off, and I live like I feel like I got ripped off by God. I promise that's not even close to happening in 10, 11 years. I'm like, oh, I got ripped off. I got ripped off. No offense, God. I feel ripped off for staying alive. No joke. Oh well. I got me some dirt today, so I got something today. I got dirt. I got some dirt, so I got something. It's not a promise, but it's dirt. No joke, I got some dirt. Like Joe Dirt. But anyway. I must be about my Father's business, even though I don't believe fully in the Father's business. I don't. God knows it as well. The Father knows it. That's the biggest difference. Hugest difference, if that's a word. The biggest difference between me and Jesus. Our belief in God is so different. It is. Like he believes in God way more than I did. To me, I'm like, it's over. God can't do shit. That's where I'm at right now. I'll still do the Father's business anyways, but it's over. That's where I'm at. That's where my faith in God is right now. I'm not even joking. I'm like, I'll do the Father's business anyways, no sweat. I'll outshine Jesus. I'll do it anyways. I don't even believe in God fully. I'll do it anyways. That's how crazy it is. That's all I'll say for this week.